good evening, and welcome to Shanaz Musical Sensation. It's a beautiful Thursday. As much as they said it was about to rain heavy, we got a little bit of a shower, but hey, it turned out to be all in all a beautiful Thursday. And I know most of you are saying, thank God it's Thursday, because you can listen to some beautiful tunes on Shanaz Musical Sensation. Feel free to share the link, share the love. Hannah Rafiq, how you doing? Usha Sankar, good afternoon. Gayatri Dorka, how you doing? Mr. Dignitary, that is our celebrity in the building. Mr. Dignitary, big up to you. Good evening to Irshad Rahim. After a very long time indeed, but please don't message me when I'm on live. Hey, good evening, Shani, how you doing? Nadi Singh, good evening to each and every one of you. Shami, Anthony, Rishi, Rambali, Fawaka, Suriname. Big up to you guys in Toronto. Antigua, the beautiful Jamila Omrao, how you doing? Ganesh Pandey, all you wonderful folks, beautiful Nazian, good night. Need prayers for Guyana flooding, of course. Yes, we are here talking about the flooding in Guyana and how we could help with that. So guys, I will attach a GoFundMe link that I want you guys to contribute. We were here talking with Mr. Yusuf, and we want you guys to partake, because Guyana is home to many of us and we need to relieve them when it comes to funding. And my good friend Mr. Apache Warrior, good evening to you. And the handsome Al Sam, I'll be seeing you pretty soon. And when I say pretty soon, I mean pretty soon. So good evening to each and every one of you. I need a Jack group. Who are we talking with today? Well, of course, Mr. Harpreet Singh Toor, guys. Mr. Harpreet Singh Toor. He is running for District 23. It's election time. It's June 22nd. Am I right? June 22nd is that big election. We will get more into talking, so enjoy the link. I want you guys to share before we start the talking. So thank you, Anita Jag Group. Let's rock and roll. GoFundMe, let's help the victims of Guyana, the Guyana flood relief organized by Birdianan Peoples. Guys, contribute, and yes, you guys are asking for prayers. Prayers do move mountains, but along with a little bit of a cash, you can move mountains also. So good evening to beautiful Shanti Singh. Good evening. You can speak good Hindi, Shanti, so yes, he will be speaking in Hindi for you guys who love Hindi, right?
Oh Lord.
ready tonight, guys. He is all fired up. He's waiting for you guys to speak in Urdu, Punjabi, Hindi. So bring it on. You know, I can't speak much of a Hindi, but I love the music. We understand a little bit. Music is the universal language of love. So bring it on. Anita, how you doing? Usha Sankar, Shanti, Singh. We're going to rock and roll because after a hard day of work, we all enjoy some music. We need to wind down. Nazjan, how you doing? Good evening, good evening. I could pin the links up for that GoFundMe right here. So thank you, and please share the link, please donate, and I will, Mr. Nelson Reddy, good evening to you, Usha. Thank you for asking. Rishi Rambali, Sabar, Chandir. Chander, okay. Mr. Tony Budwa, speaking of Mr. Tony Budwa, we have something big coming up on Shanaz Musical Sensation. So guys, there it is, our Father's Day show, tribute to all the fathers. We have from Suriname, we have Trinidad and Tobago, Viram, representing homeland Guyana, Roger Hines, and Nishal B, and not forgetting all the Toronto folks and all the American folks right here, Tony Budwa, Sonia Chandani, Tiny Betty from Toronto. Lots of artists, lots of music coming your way on Shanaz Musical Sensation, our Father's Day show. Thank you guys. Mahendra Bechu, good evening to you. Nazian, thank you. Shanti Singh, we're always promoting love, promoting peace, promoting unity. That's what we're all about. I do hope you guys are sharing the link and sharing the love when it comes to Shanaz Musical Sensation. We also have Guyana Conflict Representative Mr. Fazal Yusuf. Yes, we were talking about business. Lots and lots of good things are coming your way. The beautiful Shanti Singh is saying, Mr. Singh, smile, because Shanti is always smiling. She loves singing Bollywood songs, and she's always smiling. You can't tell if Shanti's having a rough day. She's a hard-working individual. So, hey, Mr. Dale Modi, how are you doing? Ashwin Badal, how are you doing? Good evening, good evening. If you guys are watching us, and I know we have some folks always locked on from India. Good evening to each and every one of you. Yes, it's a beautiful Thursday night. Let's give praise and thanks for being here. Chandrika, Dari, how are you doing? Let's rock and roll. Tony Budwa. We have some music video also coming up on Shanaz Musical Sensation after our interview. So let's rock and roll. Good evening to DJ. How you doing? Good evening, good evening. From Ajax, Canada, Mr. Sankar. Good evening, and let's say good evening to Mr. Harpreet Singh Toor. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing? Mr. Harpreet Singh is running for District 23. This conversation. You can go ahead and say hello to all the viewers out there. I'm sure a lot of guys and girls are watching you. Beautiful Elizabeth, how you doing?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And it is a pleasure to be with everybody. And of course, the music. Like you said, the music is a uniter. It comes to the heart. It makes you feel happy. And yeah, it turned out to be really good outside also. No rain, it stopped. So we're in good condition.
That's right. You know, when we have good music, good company, what else? You know, we have to be thankful in these trying times that we are
And two
alive.
best looking people.
Can't win that, you know, in the
That's right.
heart, you know.
And with the heart. Oh, yes.
Hey, Mahan, good evening to you. Your mind is so out.
You're absolutely right. Yep. Yep. Oh yes. That's right. And also once you are here, you can establish, not only that you have to get to them established, but they accept you. That's the biggest thing. There are other cities which may not accept you, even though now it is changing. But in 80s, forget it. And even at that time, New York City was the best city to accept the immigrants. And even today, it is one of the best.
Yes, because this is a very diverse, as we say, it's a melting pot when it comes to culture and diversity. Guys, thank you for sharing the link. I see many of my friends are sharing the link. We are also expecting another guest in our studio, but we want to know more about Mr. Harpreet Singh, who has made it possible for so many things, religious buildings.
A religious gargoyle, the biggest Gurdwara on the East Coast, the Sikh Culture Society, getting Punjab Avenue 101 co-named as Punjab Avenue.
So you're the celebrity. That's where I saw,
Probably that's, yeah. Now you know who I am.
See, there's a lot of people who make things possible and who make things happening, So getting into District 23, when you came to this country, what was your intention? Were you thinking any along the line that you're going to be running for a district leader of any council, city council?
Well, at that time, no, not at all. But yes, there was one thing which I found out, that when I found out that, I had this, that actually not me, but the people have issue about the turban and beard. And I sort of took it as a mission that if not only awareness, but if we want our next generation to succeed, you have to build something so that they can step on it and move on. So the very first steps, which are co-naming the streets, getting the religious gargoyle passed, and
making a foundation.
Making the foundation. Okay. The stronger the foundation is, the solid the building and the higher the building will be.
It's not going to shake with the heavy winds and the rain and the hurricane.
Exactly.
It's going to stay strong. So that's what we all do. We could come down here, we put our feet down, we try to build our roots, and we try to make a difference.
Of course, and look at it. There are 3 Sikhs running now. You have Chutney here in Richmond Hill, South Oakland Park from District 28. I'm running from District 23, Baldos, Floral Park, Glen Oaks, Bayside, Douglaston, Oakland Gardens, Harris, Hollis Hills, Jamaica, part of Jamaica. And also we have another Sikh gentleman who's running from Sunnyside. Yeah.
How many candidates are you running against in District 23?
I'm running against, we are total 7 candidates.
7 candidates. And what I like about it is ranked choice voting. This is something new.
This is something first time citywide. It did happen on District 24 in the special election a couple of months ago in February. I think it was on February 2nd.
My beautiful friend Soma Said was on that.
Exactly right there. It says February 2nd. Yeah.
Right.
So that's when it was the primary only for that district, but now it is citywide ranked choice voting, and people need to understand that you do have the choice to vote for more than one candidate.
5, I believe you could select.
You can select up to 5, and you can rank who is your first choice, who is your second, third, fourth, and fifth, and based on who gets the least votes will get kicked out first.
Okay, that's fair, because there's so many opportunity for others, so many candidates running for the same position that you want to say, okay, maybe Tom is not good for number 1, but he doesn't, he could fit in number 2.
Oh yeah,
he brings something to the table.
Exactly, because for me, again, the issue is to be at the table. We have been on the menu. Always, whenever I go, I talk about it, that it is for us time to be at the table, not on the menu.
Right. That's a big step. That's a beautiful what you just said there. And I love the diversity. I love the culture. I want to applaud Soma because she is running for the judge right now.
Right now she's running to be a judge.
Right.
Yep.
Tomorrow I actually have an event with her. So, I'm giving it all my support to you guys because I need the seat at the table. And if you get the seat at the table, we all get the seat at the table.
Exactly. That's something which people need to understand, that when I'm sitting there, you don't need to come and explain me what you need, because I already know.
That's representation.
That's what representation is, and I can be that platform to go to the next stage politically.
And what do you see that's needed in District 23?
Well, we found out from the pandemic that we lack the health services. Okay, old age people, we know what happened with them. And of course with the children's and the education and everything. So what happened actually, COVID, yes, it was not supposed to happen,
Right,
but
it's
it did.
unpredicted.
Yeah, but it did show us where the weaknesses are, and we need to plug in those holes. And why those weaknesses are within our minority communities? Because we were not at the table.
Right, we didn't have full representation. Somebody to say, okay, this is what our community needs. And you know what? Everyone, the district leaders have been stepping up. They've been doing a fantastic job bringing the vaccine closer to home, to our elders, delivery. And what do you think about the vaccination process?
Vaccination process actually, to begin with, I survived last year COVID. When nobody knew what it is, I got sick. Hospitalized twice. I was on oxygen for 36,
And look at you
38
today,
hours.
fighter.
And oh yeah, look at me. And I got both the shots. And I personally will tell the people they must get the shot. Because it is very important that we reach that herd immunity, because within our population, we already have lost so many lives. We don't need to lose any extra life. Even one life lost is a lot. And we should not have to have that.
Right. So guys, you heard him directly from Mr. Harpreet. He's urging you guys to go out there because that is what's making our community stronger. You know, the COVID rate dropped tremendously. We're not hearing so many people are being hospitalized. Our hospitalization, I come from work, so our hospitalization has dropped tremendously. No one is going in the hospital for COVID because they all got their first doses. They're working on their second doses. So that's one thing that I must say, our beautiful country, you know, despite what happened, we grab it by the horn, we try to make it better.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
This is what happened there. The government is implying that you should get protecting yourself by getting the vaccine.
And look, about I think 2 days ago, there was 0 deaths because of COVID in New York City.
Right.
Can you believe that? From 3,000 plus deaths a day to zero. And we need to, you know, just go on pushing till everybody gets the vaccination and we are safe and we are back to normal. We are close to normal, but we're at that not at the normal level yet.
Right.
So we need to be at the normal level so that we can have our life back and enjoy the music and dance on the street.
Of course, because we all got, our group was here last night. We had a very successful meeting with Mr. Yusuf. You know, it's always something good when we get together. Mr. Fazal Yusuf was here last night with a business-oriented mind that we're working together. And because of our vaccination, because we all got our vaccination, that was possible. We could actually hang around the table and have dinner.
Look at us. We're sitting without a mask and talking.
Right.
Because we have the vaccination.
Right.
Yep.
I have my card, so that's like our little certificate, you know, our proof that, you know, we took the shot.
Yeah,
We're
but
trying
don't
to
put
make
it on
our
the social
community-
media.
No, it's not. You know.
Yeah, let the listeners know. Please listen carefully what she is talking. Shanaz has the brains, not just the beauty, but the brain also. It's a combination of brain and beauty, and listen to what she's saying. Do not put that picture on the social media.
Tell them a little bit why they shouldn't, because I have friends who have been posting it up, you know, they're highlighting their name or they're darkening, they're taking it out, but
because there are people who are taking advantage of that. They take it out and they abuse it, even though they do not have the shot. But they can take that picture, they can play with the name, put up their name, and they can take the flights, or they can be sitting with you. And if they have
almost
it,
imitating,
and if they have, they can actually give it to you. Or to somebody who is near and dear to you. And you don't want to lose any extra near and dear. We have already lost enough.
Right. So that's something I've gotten my shot for such a long time. I try not to put it on anyone because I want you to feel, you know, think with your own mind and think what, you know, your doctors are advising you, but it's the right thing to do to get your COVID shot. It's keeping yourself, your family, our community. And when you keep our community safe, every community contributes to the world. So we're making every community safer by getting our shot.
Oh yes. And when you look at New York City, you're talking about the community. You're talking about the people living from more than 170 countries, close to 190 countries, speaking about 800 languages in New York City. Where would you find that?
Right.
Nowhere else.
You alone speak how many languages do you speak? Punjabi,
Hindi, Urdu, English,
Gujarati.
you know, and Gujarati, no, I don't speak it, but yes, my daughter-in-law is Gujarati.
Okay, so you understand, and you know, understanding each other is what makes it a little bit more important. You know, we could all sit down, but if we can't understand, so you're representing so many different languages right now, so much diversity.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that's where also that's another thing which I would share here, that we have been able to implement that there should be translation in language for everything which comes out of the city.
Everything.
It did not happen overnight. It took efforts from us.
The COVID vaccine, we have it in my office in so many different languages, not just English and Spanish, Bengali, Urdu, Greek, you know, so many languages to make copies
in that neighborhood you have Greek, you have Bengalis, Albanians, and of course Punjabis also, you know, even though not in that many numbers. And guess what? In that Astoria, you also have Palestinians living there.
Palestinians, of course. So we made a copy, and I'm with you with that. Any kind of documents, legal forms, it should be applicable in all different languages, because we don't speak just English, you know. We are very diverse. We speak many languages. This is New York City. Let's go with the music, and we'll be right back right here on Shanaz Musical Sensation. Yes, he is matching up with that heart, because red is a beautiful and it's a meaningful color. It provides love. It's, you know, it's saying it's coming from the heart. So he is wearing a red turban. It means a lot. Red tie. And who knew I would have had a red background full of heart?
Yeah,
you know?
and with the heart shape.
With the heart. So
everything
red is all about love. Sabina Jilal, how are you doing? Tony Budwa, how are you?
Yeah, I can do some translation songs for you. And also give me a pen and a piece of paper, please.
The beautiful Shanti Singh, he loved our kind of music also, not just Punjabi music. He was in the studio enjoying the songs I was playing by Mr. Roger Hines from Guyana, Mr. Viram from Trinidad. You know, I was getting my playlist together and he was enjoying all the kind of music. Guys, general election is set for June 22nd. That big election is set for June 22nd, and we want you guys to get out there and vote. It's ranked
choice voting.
Ranked choice voting. It's something new that I'm getting used to right now, because I was trying to figure out how many candidates you have to vote for. You could select as much as 5 candidates and, you know, rank them as 1, 2, 3, and So, Shanti, good evening to you. Anisha Shah, how are you doing? Mr. Anthony Bricall, thank you very much. I hope you guys can hear us better. I will give him the floor because I want you guys to get familiar with our district, with our Democratic leader. I would say Democratic leader for District 23, right? He is a candidate running for District 23, and with that said, giving some hope, some positivity that it will write in here somewhere that you will be District 23.
Oh, well, thanks again. Shanaz, for us, for our people, they need to understand, number one, that when they walk in to vote for somebody, they should be looking for somebody who has committed and delivered, who has been honest, and not only that honest and delivered, but who also listens and then gets the solutions done for the community. And I have been doing that since I landed here in this country. For us, education is important. We need the senior centers. We need better transportation. We need hospitals like during the COVID we found out. And I always mention one thing before I go into the other aspect of the show, that my wife, she passed away in 2006 from breast cancer, and I literally know how hard it was to get the proper coverage because of pre-existing conditions. So I know what I am saying and I know what I'm talking about.
A lot of loopholes.
I have gone through it, and I don't want anybody else to go through those things, and I will be bringing those solutions to the table. Like I said before, we need to be at the table. We have had enough of being on the menu, and moreover, the city is trying to, eliminate the specialized schools. I'm to have more specialized schools.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we're all the students are not the same.
Not only that, we also got to
Different needs.
understand the needs, but the education is the biggest equalizer. What I want, I will provide extra classes to those who need it, extra assistance. Let them participate, let them take the exams, and provide them the platform to succeed, not that take away the platform. I always say, can you imagine telling the people there is no Columbia, no Yale, no Harvard University? Just think about it, like those specialized schools. So we have to have, why we can't have a specialized school right here in Queens? Why we have to send the kids in Manhattan and Brooklyn or the Bronx? We need specialized schools in my District 23 as well as the district where your radio show is District 28. Why not? And that is something, which I'm going to fight for, and I'm going to bring it to the community so that the community, we can be proud of what we have achieved. And the next generation, they can say that, okay, our elders, they gave us a platform to stand on. Let's build on that. We have the solid foundation. That is the foundation which we needed, and we have already succeeded. And there may be a surprise on Saturday. Just wait for that.
A surprise on Saturday. Everyone knows I love surprises, Education is the key, right? Education is the key. If there's one gift you could give your child, is education.
Exactly.
We all came to this country because of the opportunity, the education that we have. So why not take the opportunity right now to go to school? Also, affordable schooling, because, they're saying anyone, parents who made less than 100,000, tuition free, it's not happening because I can't say it. Or maybe I could say it. They're like, oh, you're not qualified for that. So I'm okay.
That is something, that's why, if you look at my motto, it is like integrity, honesty, and results. Okay? Honesty, that's where I will say what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay? And that's why I have gotten in trouble with some of the politicians. They're like, Harpreet, you are not a politician. And I tell them, yeah, I'm not. And that's why I'm achieving what I'm achieving.
Right. Because you say it as it is.
Yeah.
Not because, you're sugarcoating something they want to hear.
Exactly. And that the best part is the community, when you talk honestly, they do listen to you. And then you can bring the results to the community, and then they see the results.
We need more of our children in school. I mean, I thought when I heard, okay, 100,000 unless your child will get into college. Without scholarship, you don't have to worry about the financial aid and doing all that papers. But guess what? He said you're overqualified, you're not getting anything. So bring out a checkbook, where is it coming from?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why when the politicians talk, we have to read between the lines.
Yeah, they'll tell you what you want to hear. Rohini Chital, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bibi Dear Ryan, Sono, Juno, Zahir Khan, good evening to you. Mr. Rampatop Singh, wow, thank you for joining us. Lakshman Prasad, thank you. Radha Totaram, thank you, Sono, Juno. It's a beautiful day in NYC, and I'm so happy that I get Mr. Harpreet here. Mr. Harpreet Singh is a Democratic candidate for District 23, guys. And if you guys are not familiar with what consists of District 23, go ahead and name the districts.
Well, District 23, I put it in broader term, east of 188th Street up to Long Island border, north of Jamaica Avenue up to LA Express. But when we talk about the cities in it, we start with Glen Oak, Floral Park, Belrose, Queens Village, then going north, Hollis Hills, part of Jamaica, part of Fresh Meadows, and part of Bayside, Douglaston, and Deepdale. So we can, and Oakland Gardens. So those are
Gardens.
Oh yes, Oakland Gardens.
Garden sounds beautiful, so we want to keep it as beautiful as it is.
Yep, and the biggest thing is North Shore Towers next to LIJ. That is part of my district.
Oh, really? Wow, beautiful. Hey, Ricky, how are you doing? If you guys have any questions, feel free, because yes, he is a very busy guy having another meeting right after this. I'm so glad you took the time to come on our radio program to say and educate our viewers about ranked choice voting. It's something new, and he's encouraging each and every one of you to go out there and vote. You have to go out there and vote if you want to get your voice, right?
Oh yeah, and also make sure that if somebody is knocking on your door or we have your ballot, give it to us. Don't listen to anybody. It is your voice. You should be trusting your voice and go out and vote.
As you see, my name is on the Board of Elections. This came to me, Board of Elections. So all of these are my elections mail. So I take part in our community work. I take part when it comes to leading your voice. If you want to get heard, you have to go out and vote. So tell us, I know in my area, certain areas in Queens, we need a little bit more safety. We need safety. We need clean environment. So
you just hit the right button. People are talking about a lot of things, about defunding this, defunding that. No. Unless you have the safety, whatever we talked about earlier, they will not exist.
Yes.
So accountability, yes. You need safety. Everybody out there on the street, when you walk out, when your kids walk out, when your your parents walk out, they need safety.
Right.
Okay, that's the paramount. And yes, if somebody is breaking the law, doesn't matter whether it's a cop or somebody else, if other people are accountable, cops should be accountable.
Yeah.
Okay? But yes, we definitely need safety. We do not want to go back to more than 2,000 homicides a year in New York City. Right now we are safe. There is a spike in crime, but we need to fight it. If we don't fight it heads on, we will be going down, and New York City cannot afford to go down, especially after the pandemic.
Right. We also need a mental health hotlines and more of that so we can talk, because during this pandemic we have so many folks who are suffering because of jobs and the situation at home, lost someone
being
they
stuck
love.
In the house. A sane person can go insane. When I was sick, I was stuck in this room, 18 by 15 for about 2 months.
Wow.
And I was going bananas.
He was going bananas.
But here I am. Okay? So if you are a fighter and you keep your balance, you can achieve anything. And this is the country which gives you the opportunities. And don't forget, these opportunities are not just for us. And I am dreaming. We already have Kamala Harris in the White House as a vice president. I'm waiting to see somebody to be the president of the United States from our community.
That's right. And big up to the beautiful Dimple Vilbus. Women empowerment. We have a lot of women who's running for district leaders also in our community. So applaud to each and every one of you. Rosie Mahadev, Kamraj Prasad, thank you guys for sharing the link. Rohini Chital, how you guys are doing? Guyana Tapestry, good evening, good evening. Auntie Nalini Naidu, Sita, thank you. And yes, they're all listening to you. So, Hey, Miss Ivor, how you doing? Morlin Ali, Patsy Kundan, the beautiful Patsy Kundan, how are you doing tonight? It's they said it was gonna rain, but you can't tell. Mother Nature have a mind of her own. But she cleared the weather. She brought out the sunlight because she know Mr. Harpreet Singh will be in the studio. Nothing can stop him. When you have that attitude, that goal-getter attitude, you will accomplish. You will achieve. You just can't be laid back and let what happen happen.
Exactly.
You have to get a plan.
You have to go on. Even if you get knocked down, you got to get up,
brush
and
yourself off,
and go back again. Because if you got knocked out, it doesn't mean that's the end of the story.
Nope.
And you got to learn from why you got knocked out, and then don't let it happen again. Simple.
Right. It makes you stronger. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, tougher, and we are tough. During these pandemic times, these trying times, it brings out the best of us. We see the best. We see how to love. We see how to live in harmony, and we want to promote that.
Oh yes. Moreover, there is one thing which I will say: the respect for each other, for the community. Right now, what we see, there is a lot of hate crime going on.
Right.
That is not acceptable.
It's not acceptable.
At any cost. There should not be any hate crime. Yes, I can understand that you don't know other culture, but learn the culture. Don't hate. Because once you start hating, you become a hater, and you don't want to become a hater.
And you're building that wall that you're not willing to learn.
That's right. You are actually closing yourself into a bubble and not letting anything come in.
So, Mr. Rohan Naidu, good night to you, Rohini Chatal. It's we have to be non-judgmental because we all have something great to offer. We just have to open our eyes and look. We're not all the best. There's something great in every one of us, and that's what makes us great together. One person can do a lot, but together we could do so much.
Oh, yes, and that's what I'm looking for, that the people, they come out, they vote for me. Early voting starts on June 12, primary is on June 22. Make sure that we come out and vote. We are lethargic to vote. We are known for that. And I will tell you something. If our people come out and vote, we can achieve even bigger goals than what we are looking at right now.
That's right. It's our time to shine, guys. You have to come out every Thursday. I urge you guys to get out there and vote. If you don't know where's your voting poll, you just go and type in your zip code, I believe, on Google.
Just Google, voting location, type in your zip code, and it will ask your address. Put in the address, and it will tell you right to where the early voting is and where you go on the voting day.
Right. And I hashtag this wonderful gentleman. You could find him on the social media, Mr. Harpreet Singh Toor. And I always say Singh is king. Singh get things done.
Oh, yes, and we will.
They will. So, guys, give him your vote. Go out there and vote June 22nd. Early voting, as he mentioned, is starting June 12th. You want to be the voice. You want to make a difference. Start by voting. That's where it all matters, So thank you guys for being in our company. I know he has another busy meeting, but he will be back here to urge you guys. And I want to see, let me know what's your voting poll. Maybe I'll be doing a live on election day.
And when I come back, I will bring a surprise announcement.
A surprise
which is happening on Saturday. I wish I can tell you right now, but I can't. Definitely.
A hint. Can you hint? We love hints.
Oh, well, it will be a big announcement.
Okay.
Somebody big who is running citywide is going to endorse me.
Wow, that is great, And the biggest endorsement we can have is our community. We have to go out there and...
That is the biggest thing. What I say, you have the cake. That endorsement is actually, icing on the cake, but the cake is us.
Yes, so guys, go out there and vote June 22nd, but early voting starts June 12th. So it's ranked choice vote this time, and it's so awesome that you can choose 5 different candidates and, number 1, number 2, pinpoint it. It's same as all the years we've been voting. But we are procrastinator. We want to wait for last minute, and then we get lazy, and we have all the excuse. It was raining. I had to go to a birthday party. Come on. We have to be proactive. Get up and just do it, as it says. Just do it.
Yeah, we have 10 days to do it. Starting June 12th, we can do it early voting, or we can do it on June 22nd. And yes, again, don't forget. And when you go out to vote, make sure that you first vote for the person you want to vote for me. And in this case, in District 23 City Council, I'm at number 6, like they say in cricket, sixer. Go for the sixer. Don't forget that.
Guys, thank you for being in our company. I hope you share the link and let everyone know to support Mr. Harpreet Singh. He is standing strong. He is sitting at the table and we want him to stay there, because when he's at the table, he's representing all of us. So thank you for sharing our link, and yes, he'll be back with some very good news on Shanaz Musical Sensation. And yes, guys, support that GoFundMe when it comes to that flood. Let's share the link, let's donate. So we'll be right back on Shanaz Musical Sensation.
Thank you.
I want to say a special thank you to Mr. Fayuz in our studio tonight. Thank you. You're watching Shanaz Musical Sensation on the famous John from Queens YouTube channel. Continue supporting our #1 YouTuber, John from Queens. I'm yours truly, Shanaz Hussein.